12:23 here on Monday, and some of you may be a little sleepy from the lightning, all that lightning and thunderstorms last night, especially in Cameron and Woolsey counties. There could be a couple more showers and storms, probably not nearly as intense or as widespread as we saw last night, but a weak cold front moves in later this afternoon, and that may be just enough to kick off a couple showers or storms, although a lot of the energy in the atmosphere and the instability may already be kind of washed out from the rain last night. Slightly cooler behind this front. We could be in the 90s today, maybe mid to upper 80s in most areas. Tuesday and Wednesday with a little drop in humidity means morning temperatures could fall into the 60s by tomorrow morning and maybe again on Wednesday morning. So a little cool down here for mid-October. A stronger cold front comes in Friday. That front looks like it will come through with some breezy or somewhat windy conditions Friday, a little bit of rain, and then cooler temperatures. It may not get out of the 60s on Friday. So if you're a fan of cooler fall weather, you gotta hang on to about Friday and get a little blast of cool weather to start the weekend. Here were the thunderstorms last night coming through around Boca Chica and South Padre Island. You can see the thunderstorms right here. There were a couple tornado warnings, but no confirmed reports of tornadoes. It looks like straight line wind damage so far. You can kind of see the little rotating part of the storm right there come across around the Boca Chica area, and radar in that vicinity was measuring very strong winds above the surface, a couple thousand feet in excess of about 90 miles per hour. So some of that wind energy translates down to the ground, and we did have some strong wind gusts. Bowie right there near South Padre Island, 64-mile-per-hour gusts. You can see some other spots around South Padre Island over 56 miles per hour. So some very strong winds in the vicinity, and even a few reports of wind damage farther west into around Los Fresnos. So again, some storms out there and things quieter now, but it is warming up. 89 in Weslaco, 82 in Rio Grande City and Edinburgh, and fairly humid too. If you go outside, it's a little muggy this afternoon, and that will change as the cold front comes through. You see the front on the map. It's not too far away, just kind of north of Falfurrias now. It's already passed through Corpus Christi. The temperatures dropped to 78 degrees, and this front should come through the area, say, hitting the northern edge of the valley beginning around about 2 o'clock or so, and then maybe crossing the area by about 5 p.m. And you'll feel the wind, although not a strong wind, a little light turn in the wind direction coming in from the north, and the temperatures in the 70s behind the front. I don't think we'll be that cool this afternoon. We'll be in the low 90s, but once the front passes, then temperatures start to fall back through the 80s as we get closer to sunset, and eventually, like I said, into the 60s by later tonight. As far as the threats for big storms, the biggest risk is over in southern Alabama and the central Gulf Coast around New Orleans and to the east. A slight risk on the scale here. If you think of this scale as, and the marginal side as being the low threat and not many severe storms, up to the high risk on the right side here. The slight risk, the second category from the bottom, is over here. This little color shading here isn't on the temperature or on the color scale, but this indicates just the possibility of ordinary thunderstorms, non-severe thunderstorms. So there's a chance for a couple thunderstorms today, but we're not expecting any severe thunderstorms. You can see all the rain and thunderstorm zone moving across the central Gulf Coast. A lot of dry air behind us should make way for a very nice day tomorrow. Again, I said highs probably in the 80s on Tuesday, but with lower humidity, a lot of sunshine around tomorrow. By this afternoon, here's 3 p.m. on Future Track, and it shows the cold front moving into the valley. Again, ahead of the front is not nearly as active as the rain that we saw last night. So a couple showers, maybe a storm may pop up along the front as it passes, but by about 6 or 7 p.m. the front's already gone, and then skies begin to clear out for a dry evening and a little less humidity this evening and tonight. So if you're up early for a walk or run tomorrow morning or headed off to work or school, it will be a little cooler and less humid. Lots of sunshine during the day on Tuesday. High temperatures mainly in the mid to upper 80s or so across much of the valley. By Tuesday night, we're still clear. Wednesday's kind of a day when we have to watch and see if any rain starts to come back. I think overall Wednesday should be fairly dry and sunny during the day, but toward the evening and overnight hours, it's possible we could start to see moisture return, even though the model doesn't show anything here by 9 p.m. If the moisture flow starts to come back up to the north, you see it like it shows there with the clouds coming in. Late Wednesday night, there may be a shower or two returning with a much better chance for rain by Thursday. So your high temperatures today could make it back into the low to even mid 90s. About a 40% chance of some showers, maybe a weak thunderstorm this afternoon, but your first 1-5 AccuWeather 7-day forecast. We have hot weather today, maybe a shower or storm in spots this afternoon. Probably wouldn't get too excited about the rain chances today. Tomorrow, breezy, cooler, some sunshine, highs in the 80s, lows start off in the 60s tomorrow morning, and again on Wednesday. Again, Wednesday should be a dry day, but later in the evening and night, may have to watch to see if a shower or storm creeps back in from the southeast late Wednesday night. Thursday, a little bit better chance of a couple showers or storms when the front arrives Thursday night. That next cold front will show you more in detail coming up later this hour, but as that front rolls through Friday, A little windy, some showers, highs only in the 60s on Friday, and then we should clear out for a very beautiful sunny and cooler weekend. Lows in the 50s and highs in the 70s and 80s for Saturday and Sunday. We'll keep watching those nice days ahead coming too in your first 1-5 forecast here on Channel 5 News at noon.